Hi there, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again to another exciting episode of Business, Brews, and Beyond. And today, I have a very special guest, but I will tell you a bit more about myself muna. I'm Coach Celia Jacob, former OFW turned digital entrepreneur, branding strategist, and certified life coach. So if you need some branding and some design services, go to Brown Roots Creatives and just look for me and ask for Coach Cell. So today we're going to have a very special guest. She is a thought leader, okay, an international author, and a motivational speaker. She's the business coach who mentors misfits and misunderstood geniuses. Yan. Kaya I like her eh. She's one of my favorite coaches because I feel no, most of us, especially the creatives and the entrepreneurs, freelancers, kailangan natin somebody who understands us. So she focuses on multi-passionates, creatives, high achievers who may not fit in. She empowers non-conformists across the globe to create a successful, tailored lifestyle. So, yan, marami tayong matututunan sa guest natin today. She's been featured in HuffPost, Elephant Journal, Pick the Brain, and Addicted to Success. Grabe credentials ng guest ko for today and super guidance ang binibigay nito sa akin with every events that I do. And when I just simply ask her, she's very generous with strategies and stuff. Pero talagang I want to pick her brain today. Sobrang marami tayong matututunan. So my very special guest, without further ado, I want to introduce my guest for today, Coach Maria Tan. Hi, Coach!
Hi, Celia. Hello, everyone. Magandang is it hapon sa inyong lahat?
Yes. It's hapon. It's hapon today. Let me just put our Coach Maria on. Sige, later. Coach, kumusta? How's the pandemic treating you?
Actually, for me, it's really tough kasi I'm an extrovert. So I really like
Okay.
going into, so dun ako nahihirapan kasi for me, I really like meeting people. I like going to restaurants. I like massages. Yung ganon. Like now, everything is home service. So pati massages ko, acupuncturist ko. But that's the one thing that it's really tough. But I think we all have to do our part dito sa social distancing and in combating COVID. Pero in terms of business, actually, I'm thriving well, and even all my clients are thriving kasi we build our business in what I call purpose-based. Ang
Wow.
ang mga business lang naman na affected by COVID are those that are so focused on trends. Kasi
Yes.
pag trend ka or market driven, the problem with that, hindi marami kang hindi makokontrol, right? So, hindi katulad kapag purpose-focused ka. If you're purpose-focused, mabilis kang mag-shift kasi wala kang pinoprove or parang you're not dependent on anything. So, marami kang bagay na pwede mong i-control kasi mabilis kang mag-shift. And the audience that you've cultivated, rin sila, they're very attuned to who you are and what you offer. So, profit-wise, I'm good. But on a social level, it's really tough. That's why I'm very excited nga. Kasi tomorrow, I'm going to host a friend at home. So I've been preparing for 2 weeks. The menu, the what drinks we're having. So ganun ako. I really like kasi I'm a people person. So dun ako nahihirapan sa part na with all the pandemic. Yun lang yung I think the one thing that it's really hard for me to adapt to. But the rest is quite okay.
Well, yun yung one thing good about for people, especially na alam na nila na somehow nag-transition na sila, nakapag-pivot na sila sa lifestyle nila. Pero for those who haven't parang realized pa ano yung direction, maybe can help us. So I'll give you the floor now. And kasi Coach Maria will talk about a bit of CEO mindset, self-worth, overcoming the feelings of being second class, and creating momentum. So I'll give you the floor, Coach Maria, and again, for sure, we will learn a lot from you. Okay.
All right. So, but the one thing I want everybody to think, kasi let's go with what Celia asked us, di ba? Ang tanong naman kasi ni Celia right now, how do you know where your direction is kapag hindi ka pa nakapag-pivot? So the one thing that I really suggest people, okay, instead of going for the short gains, nakita natin to sa during the pandemic, a lot of people are openings, alam mo, parang nagbebenta ng kung ano-ano just to raise cash, which I admire the resourcefulness, especially if you need the cash. Pero if you're okay, I would really urge you to take this time to step back and really clarify kung ano yung gusto mo sa buhay mo. Like what kind of life, what kind of world, what kind of business do you want to have as a whole, right? So isipin nyo na lang kung anong klaseng mensahe ang gusto mong ibigay sa mga taong nagmagfa-follow sa'yo, yung mga customers mo. And right now, you have to transition from just selling a product or a service to selling a complete experience. Kasi when people buy, for example, like me, when people buy me, they're not buying a business coach. When they buy my service or my book or my programs, hindi lang sila nagbabuy ng kahit anong product. Kasi there's so many business programs, there's so many personal development books, right? Pero why would they buy my product? Kasi they're buying me. They're buying my energy, they're buying my experience, they're buying what I stand for. So kapag kasi meron kang following na ganun, whatever you sell, you will never compete with other people. So, hindi mo kailangan that you would always be trying to prove your worth. So, yung CEO mindset, actually, sobra siyang it really goes hand in hand with self-worth. Ang problem kasi, especially if you're creative or you're freelance or you're multi-passionate or you're just a regular person, hindi naman kasi tayo natuto kung paano tayo maging mag-focus sa ating worth, di ba? Kasi we are taught na we have to prove ourselves over and over and over again. So, it means na, you have to work hard or kailangan mura lang muna yung charge mo or baka libre muna, baka free. Yung marami kasing mga ganong tactics, right? Para makabenta. Pero, ang question is, are you actually giving those things to the right people? 'Di ba? Kung nagbibigay ka nga ng free, hindi naman to yung audience mo or hindi naman, this person would never be your client. Why are you bothering with all that? Kasi parang for me, nakakasayang siya na you're going into that place na you're doing, you're putting so much effort, tapos hindi naman ito yung kausap mo, hindi siya yung kliyente na para sa'yo. So, you have to really come from, if I want to build a new world, if I want my business to be purpose-driven, I need to increase my worth or the way I see myself. Okay? Kasi ang worth, ito yung, for me, worth and your wealth, magkaduktong yan eh. If you do not believe na hindi mo, parang hindi mo afford or hindi mo kaya makatanggap ng mataas na presyo, you will not receive that. It's going to be very, very hard. So, I really urge you, for those of you who are pivoting or not sure what your direction is, tapos wala naman kayong sobrang urgent need for cash. And what that means is you have a roof on top of your head, you have enough savings to keep everybody fed for at least 3 months. I would urge you to really, kahit na one day, give yourself 1 or 2 days or 3 days just to get clarity. Ano ba yung gusto ko? Ano yung gusto kong ibenta? Sino yung gusto kong i-reach na audience, right? Kasi ako, I know that not everybody is my client. That's why I'm really the business coach for Misfits. Kasi I'm a misfit myself. So the way I do business, the way I think, the way I talk, it's very, very different. And if you're following the big influencers like Tony Robbins and Gary V, okay, I don't know, I cannot pronounce his full name, but it's Gary V, Marie Forleo, yung mga big names kasi, if you're following them, they really talk a lot about hustling, about grinding, about hustling. Ako, I don't do that. Kasi for me, importante na you are happy doing what you're doing. Kasi there's always a way to monetize. Dun kasi papasok ang strategy. Pero kung hindi ka pa klaro kung ano yung gusto mo gawin or ano gusto mo ibenta, sino gusto mo kausapin, sino gusto mo i-serve as an audience, what would happen is you would always feel the need na kailangan, oh, I really need to prove myself. Oh, I don't have experience, blah, 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 blah. People don't pay for your certificates, okay? People don't pay for a beautiful logo. People don't pay for a beautiful website. People pay for the value you bring them. And if you are not clear on your value, mahihirapan ka doon. So if you're just thinking, meron kang glimpse of, I want to start offering, sabi mo, bookkeeping services, okay, online. Pag naisip mo yon na I want to open that bookkeeping services, focus ka doon, okay? Then you just start talking about it na, okay, I want to open a bookkeeping services. Ang nangyayari kasi, meron kayong idea, before nyo muna go into the momentum, when I say momentum, into the energy of what you say you want to do. So if you say you want to be a bookkeeper or you want to deliver bookkeeping service, dun ka dapat mag-focus. Hindi ka dapat mag-focus, ano kaya yung name ng bookkeeping service ko? Or ano kaya yung logo ko? Ano kayang kulay yung logo ko? Hindi ka dun magsa-start. Magsa-start ka na talking about the service that you want to be involved in. Kasi pag sa umpisa naman, we evolve. Branding evolves. Like me, if you've seen my logos, I've evolved since I started, of course. And even when I started, and when I was doing consulting work, wala nga akong logo eh. Walang logo, wala akong website. I just did the logos and the website when I was doing more online coaching and more influencer marketing. But before, no, not at all. Kasi people don't buy my logo. They don't care, right? They care about the service that I offer. So, if you come from that angle, never ka matatalo because you're always in that phase na I know what I'm offering the world. I know what services I'm offering. Most of the time, especially sa creatives or multi-passionates, sobra kang nahihirapan to articulate what you offer kasi nagfo-focus ka sa skill. When we say that, parang ganito, graphic artist ako, pero pwede rin ako maging copywriter, pwede rin ako maging ganito, So, pag ganyan kasi, naguguluhan yung audience mo. So, instead of focusing on the various skills you have, why don't you focus on what you bring to the table? Kung ano yung essence, I call that the essence. What essence do you offer the world? So, let's say, kung copywriter ka, graphic designer ka, ano yung value added mo? Ano yung point of difference mo doon? Right? So maybe as a graphic designer, or you can say, well, I translate who you are into colors and into visuals and copywriting. Di ba? Mas mabilis kasi yun, and people will connect to that faster. Kasi the people that you will attract now will be higher quality kasi they want the result. They're not just looking for just anybody, right? So when you hire, let's say when you're listening to Beyonce, you're not thinking, hey, I just want to listen to songs. You're thinking, I want to listen to Beyonce. Or if you're watching Beyonce's concert, hindi mo iniisip, oh, hey, I'm going to watch a concert tonight. Iisipin mo lang, hey, I'm going to watch Beyonce tonight. It's the same when you listen to Mozart. It's the same when you know, yun yung gusto mong ibigay sa tao. Kasi if that's the case, kahit anong pandemic pa, you will be, it's not bulletproof, pero you will not be crumbling that fast. Kasi what you build or what you are going to build is so anchored into your worth, into who you are, into your essence, into your magic, okay? For lack of better terms, into your magic, into what you can only offer the world.
Wow, grabe. Start pa lang, Coach Maria. Sobra. Grabe na kaagad yung entrada. Actually, super relate talaga ako with whatever you're saying. Alam mo, especially some of my friends or creatives, yan ang problema eh. Oo, graphic designer ako, copywriter din ako. I can also do this.
Yeah.
Kahit na little lang yung yung kaya mong gawin. Sige, jack of all trades kasi sayang yung racket. But then again, you are parang bargaining, parang medyo nasa short change talaga yung skill mo, yung capacity mo talaga to earn or something. So with that, Coach Maria, how can we parang focus? For example, I have a friend na parang every time na i-ask mo siya, he's very good, as in super good na artist. Pero whenever you ask him, oh, do you want to teach or do you want to sell this and that, nahihiya, hindi nila alam saan sila magsa-start and all. How do you handle yung mga, especially the creatives and all those business people naman na they're banking on their skill, yung passion nila to make it work at this point. Ngayon, ito kasi yung time parang hindi sila masyado makalabas. Parang ayun na, realize nila na parang I can use my skills, I can use this and that. Pero sobra yung clarity. Sobrang walang focus. How do you help people like that?
So kasi pag yung ganyan na stage, confused stage yan, okay? Ibig sabihin, parang hindi niya alam saan siya mag-uumpisa. That's really a complete overwhelm. Kung ganun yung case na complete overwhelm, I would start with dividing your time. Okay? What that means is, i-divide mo yung efforts mo. So yung isang effort mo, sabihin mo, consider it like 30%. 30% of your time, you take projects, siguro for money. When we say for money, kasi magandang racket, right? Kasi sayang, why would you give up the opportunity? Pero just make sure na 30% lang siya ng time mo. Okay? Na wag ka kukuha ng mga projects that would take up more than that, lalo na kung hindi mo pa alam kung anong gusto mo gawin. So 30%, I call it 30% money, 30% happy. Kasi we all want that lalo na creatives.
Wow, that's nice.
And multi-passionates, di ba? We want the part na, ay, gusto ko, I want to be happy, I want to be paid being me, I want to be happy, blah, blah, blah. Di ba may ganun tayo? So, ang hirap kasi doon, parang confused ka You want to be happy, wala ka naman din pera. So, hindi mo, paano ka magiging happy kung wala? So, yung sa stage na ganun, i-divide, I would suggest you to divide your time na 30% mag-yes ka to the things that would give you money. Okay? Yung quick money, siguro hindi mo siya special sauce or it doesn't light you up, pero it's good money. Okay? Yung 30% you take on projects that make you feel happy, na hindi, maybe not necessarily yung money na gusto mo, pero it makes you happy. Okay? And then yung 40%, that's what I call let's see. So, money, happy, let's see. Yung 40% ng time mo na let's see, take on either, siguro you want to start a hobby, you want to learn, you want to enroll in a coaching program. Yung let's see, it's more of like, yun yung time na you're working on exploring yourself more. Para ganyan, meron kang some kind of balance na hindi mo na-feel na, wow, oh my God, hindi ko alam saan ako. Parang, kasi isipin mo nga, na parang from Samsung, bigla kang lumipat, parang bigla kang nagka-identity crisis. Diba? Samsung ako ngayon, Apple na ako. Hindi ko alam kung Apple ako, baka HTC. Yung ganun kasi yung nangyayari. So, usually at that phase, I always tell people, any kind of transformation does not mean that we have to stop functioning. I think people think na pag I cannot work on myself kasi if I work for myself, it means I'm going to stop everything. No. Of course not. Hindi rin ibig sabihin na when you're working on yourself, it means na, kasi gusto ko, sabi mo, I want a different kind of business. I'm going to close everything now. That's wrong. Kasi that's burning your bridges. We don't need to burn. We can be professionals in creating an exit strategy in where we are. Pero we build on that, right? So yun yung sinasabi ko na I'm very spontaneous, pero I'm very, very strategic kasi I always think about kailangan kasi nandun tayo sa place na we are really, really comfortable going into the next level. Kasi ang mangyayari dyan, you're going to close one chapter, you will have another chapter of dealing with your mess. Ganun yun Kung bigla ka nag-close, parang okay, sige, I give up, or nagalit ka sa isang customer, or nagalit ka, yung, kumbaga, nainis ka lang, or whatever, right? Parang, hay nako, ayoko na ng ganito, blah, 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 okay, stop. So one day it feels good kasi you're angry. So, di ba, exciting kasi ang anger Sometimes anger and excitement, it goes hand in hand. So, di ba, nandun ka sa, oh my God, okay to, blah, 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 blah. Pero yung next level nun, ang mangyayari, you will freeze. mapaparalyze ka. And when you're in that paralysis, what happens is you will be just at home, parang lost ka, madedepress ka, yung iinom ka, kakain ka, kasi you're very depressed, magne-Netflix ka all day, kasi you're going to be very depressed. Kasi hindi siya grounded actions, right? So, ang sinasuggest ko lagi, if you already feel na you want to change, or if you are in a space right now with COVID na your original business, your first business ngayon hindi na kumikita, or iniisip mo parang it's time to change or pivot na hindi mo naman sure, don't close it yet. Just open mo pa rin, pero don't put so much of your energy, just 30%. 30% money, 30% happy, 40% let's see. So para sabay-sabay siya. Para tama-tama na yung as you get clear on what it is that you want, you can start increasing. Kasi pag klaro ka kung ano gusto mo, your worth will follow. If you know the direction, if you know where you're headed, there is no need to rush. So when you know where you're headed, you will not feel the need to prove yourself. So even the projects that you take on that will make you happy, it will increase in worth. Kasi hindi mo na feel na, oy, kailangan ko i-take to kasi, pero I cannot charge kasi I'm new or whatever. Hindi ka magaganon na. Kasi alam mo na kung sino ka. Right? So, pakonte-konte, yung happy na projects mo, magiging money projects na yon. Once na naging money projects na yon, yung money mo na tinake, slowly mawawala na rin siya.
Grabe. Very very good to remember yung 30% money, 30% happy, and 40% let's see. Actually, it's very clear, no? If you're going to look at it that way, parang calculated yung risk mo. Parang alam mo kaagad na, okay, this is how should I should be doing things, how I should be treating things. Hindi yung tipong parang ang gulo-gulo, parang sige, pwede na sa akin kahit ano, basta lang meron. Which is,
pero hindi naman, actually hindi yun okay. Kasi sasabihin mo, pwede to kahit ngayon, pwede siya. Kasi desperado ka eh. Bukas, na hindi ka desperado, magagalit ka. So, I don't suggest you do that. Kasi pag ganon, parang you will be scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're doing that, parang yun nga, nasa short change ka. Parang yung time mo over something na dapat compensated ka properly. You can always, kaya nakakatawa din yung meron kang 40% let's see. So, do sa 40% let's see, I think yun yung mga things din na para, yun nga, when people are trying to understand ano ba yung grind nila, dapat ina-understand nila when to upgrade na, when to get the help of people who can, guide them. So I'm really happy na yung parang if yung mga creatives natin, freelancers, business people na medyo nahihirapan ngayon, look at it that way, yung 30% money, 30% happy, and 40% let's see ni Coach Maria, because it somehow gives you a direction eh. Hindi kayong parang nawawala with whatever you're thinking right now. Plus, totoo yun. If you're clear with what you want, yung value mo nandun yun eh. Kesa parang ibibigay mo siya, sabi mo, sige, pwede na yan. Kasi at the end of the day, pera rin yan, racket din yan. But hindi natin maiwasan at this time of pandemic. But also think of yung time na nawawala sa'yo. You could have done more if naiayos mo lang yung structure at saka yung mindset mo. Oy, Coach Maria, nakakatuwa. And yun yung we're parang parang channeling to self-worth pagdating sa ganon, Parang we're also talking about yung parang paano mo ba parang titingnan yung sarili mo, hindi pwedeng laging ganun na lang na parang pwede na yan, okay na sa akin yung ganyan, kahit ganyan, how many dollars lang or how many pesos lang, pwede na yan. So how do you help people parang improve also how they see themselves as a business coach and somebody who can guide them to reach their goals or whatever things. Kasi nakakatuwa yung tinuturo mo eh. Hindi ako I'm a branding coach, pero hindi rin naman ako nag-start with my brand eh. I started with how I want to serve people. I want, di ba? Kasi when people talk to you, wala namang pinaka magandang kumbaga type of advertising, kundi recommendation, testimonial, word of mouth of how ka talaga nakatulong with So how do you help people regain their self-worth with regards to business na nawalan na naman negosyo ngayon na parang ayaw na and who doesn't know how to start again or start over?
the first thing that I will tell them, nothing is your fault. There's no mistake that you made. Parang kasi you will only reach that level na confused. Since syempre may confused part ka, pero a lot of that is guilt. Ay, bakit ang tanga-tanga ko? Why did I not do this? Yung ang dami, why did I not? So I will really start with letting this person really, really think, okay, you know what? To be honest, if you go back in time, knowing what you knew then, would you have made a different choice? No. You're beating yourself up today for a choice you made yesterday because you know better today, 'di ba? So it's ridiculous. So dun muna tayo magsa-start na you cannot keep beating yourself up. Okay? So lahat ng tingin mo na mali mo or galit mo sa ibang tao, sa sarili mo, marami kasing people don't realize how much we're held back by feeling guilty and stupid. Kasi we feel guilty, we feel victimized by a lot of things, right? Or parang yung feeling mo na, I want to be positive. Alam mo, hindi ka pwede maging positive kung hindi ka positive. You don't need to, the problem, alam mo, with all this self-help, di ba? With all the movement into positivity, if you do not feel good, honor that. If you feel bad, honor that. Kung feeling mo, linoko ka ng business partner mo, talagang linoko ka. You do not justify other people's actions against you as good or as whatever.
Yeah,
Hindi,
correct.
no. You can, of course, you don't need to do any legal action if you don't want to. Pero you're not going to justify what people did to you as good or bad. If you're hurt, you're hurt, di ba? So, you start that. Kasi once you start acknowledging na tama pala yung sinabi ko, yung naisip ko, yung ginawa ko, that now, start agad yon. It means na, ay, may value pala ako. My opinion counts. I matter. When you start thinking of I matter, then you start thinking about, siguro yung gusto ko gawin, that's also important.
Yeah. Yun ang nakakatuwa, Coach Maria, kasi most of the time talaga, parang lagi tayong nauunahan ng takot, no? The fear of being rejected, the fear of being judged, lalo na we're going to start a business again, baka hindi na tayo parang wala na tayong mga maging clients or whatever. So, una, accept mo that you're not okay. And, with that acceptance, mas madali mo kasi masosolve eh. If you're always feeling na parang, hindi, I need to affirm it, I need to blah, blah, blah. Ako, I'm a believer of yung shout out mo sa universe. Pero hindi, kailangan din gumalaw ka. You have to, you have to do something about what's your situation right now. Tsaka, nabanggit mo kanina, and I want to go back to that, yung minsan yung parang kaiisip natin to be perfect, hindi pong analysis paralysis. Hindi pong, lagi na lang natin iniisip na, naku, hindi pa ako ready. Baka medyo, half-baked to. How do you help people? Pag yung usually most of the clients na, yung mga kakilala ko na in business, especially those who are talagang nagdidip pa lang ng tone nila, talagang tinatry pa lang nila sa business world or whatever ang parang pag-transition. How do you help them medyo out yung overcome yung analysis paralysis?
I'll start with what are you comfortable right now? What are you comfortable to offer at what price? Kasi syempre, if I'm going to be paid $1 million, of course I want it. Pero am I ready for that? Hindi yung do I think other people think I'm worthy of that? It's just, ready ba ako tumanggap nun? Does that thought paralyze me? So, I'll start with right now, what are you comfortable with? So, pag sinabi mo, okay, hindi ko sure kung ano, pero tingin ko kaya ko tong gawin. Like, I can create logos, I can create graphics, or I can copyright, I can do voiceovers, I can start selling empanadas, or whatever. Basta start ka dun sa kung anong kaya mo. Start with that. Just start with that. And then, okay, next question. How much do you want to charge? So, kunyari, sabi mo, hindi ko sure, pero siguro $10, okay? Or 10 pesos. Sabi mo 10 pesos na lang. 10 pesos. Okay, great. How would it feel to charge 12 pesos? Siyempre, isipin mo, ay, maliit lang. Why not? Diba? O di, start there. So, immediately, tumaas agad yung value mo. Diba? in that short 30 seconds conversation. Hindi siya forced. Hindi siya, kasi pag sinabi ko, oh my God, we should hustle, you are wrong, dapat, you should look at your life. Yung ganyang energy kasi, that's built on shame. That's built on, I'm shaming you for not thinking too big. Or yung ganon, it's going to burn you out. Kasi I've worked, I have clients that worked with big names, big international names, and they end up coming back to me because they felt na nawala yung essence nila. Na feel nila na they've been, alam mo yun, they've been pushing and pushing too much. Money, business, it's not forced. Joy, happiness, it's not forced.
True.
It comes
Very
when
true.
we are very, alam mo yun, very relaxed. So, syempre, kung sasabihin ko sa'yo, ay, bakit 10 pesos lang? 100 pesos tayo agad. How would you feel? Isipin mo, 10 pesos yung comfort level mo, sinabi ko sa'yo, 100 pesos. Tapos, pag sinabi mo, feeling ko kaya ko lang magbenta ng empanada, for example. Ay, bukas na tayo ng empanada restaurant. How would that make the person feel? That would paralyze the person, right? The same way na pag sinabi ko, ay, 10 pesos, sobrang mahal niyan, 5 pesos na lang. How would that person feel? Binaba ko agad yung value niya, right? Or hindi, bigay tayong discount. I don't do that, yung mga discounts, no. Kasi when you do that, you are undervaluing yourself, right? And me as a coach, I cannot make my client feel bad about herself. I have to make her see the good of where she is, what she knows, and how she can elevate. So, for me, you start with where you're comfortable. Then, konting-konting taas. People think kasi na kailangan ang change is 360 agad. One step makes so much power than 1,000 steps that you haven't taken.
Yeah, correct. Also, in one of our classes before, in a master class I attended with, sabi nila, in order for you not to worry too much, but if it's not going to affect you, kumbaga parang tama ba yun, within 5 years or something, parang huwag kang don't sweat too much about it. Parang kung sobrang simple lang naman ng mga bagay to decide on it na. And huwag ka masyadong natataranta sa reaction ng ibang tao. Basta alam mo na ito comfortable ka gawin, alam mo ma-deliver mo siya. Huwag mo nang isipin if parang perfect ba siya? Did I use the perfect ingredients or whatever or something? Minsan kasi yung nagiging problema, even the artist, yun ang some of the creatives, kasi I'm part of this type of industry, no? Pag halimbawa, parang feeling niya, ay nako, hindi pa to parang okay na okay. Parang nahihirapan kang i-offer yung service mo. Parang sobrang naiipit ka. In the end, parang the moment passes you by, which is also not a good way to start a business. Ako, I feel na parang if you're doing business, dapat lagi, like what you said, calculated yung risk mo. Other than that, alam mo kung saan ka komportable. So, I think
let me just two things kasi sinabi mo, right? You said you attended the master class about if it doesn't matter or 5 years yung part na yon. Let me address that, okay? It's good to have a vision, okay? Pero the vision is our benchmark of where we're going, okay? Pero we have to make a decision now. So we have to only consider the next 3 steps. Hindi ka pwede mag-isip ng 10 steps. I'll give you an example. You have an idea, okay? Sabi mo, yung idea mo is to start, to sell empanada, since we're in the empanada story. So if I'm thinking of selling the empanada today, okay, so ngayon, inisip ko, 1 step yan I'm thinking sell empanada. What's the next step? Siguro isipin mo, pwede ganitong flavor at ganitong presyo. Okay, so next step na. Third step, bili na ako ng ingredient, right? Okay na yon. You don't need to think the next 4 steps. Kasi ang tao kasi ganito. Ganito ang process of thinking of most people. First, benta ko ng empanada. Ay, maganda magbenta ng empanada. Step 1. Step 2, Pwede ako magbenta ng empanada para sa 10 piso. Ito yung flavor ko. Okay. Step 3. Saan kaya ako bibili ng ingredients? Step 4. Ay, naku, ano sasabihin ng kapitbahay ko? Step 5. Ay, naku, sino ba ako para pwede magbenta ng empanada? 6. Ay, naku, baka ang hirap nito. Baka hindi ko kaya to. Paano kung hindi masarap empanada ko? Step 7. Ay nako, sasabihin na naman ng nanay ko, ito na naman ako, tatry-try tapos I'm going to fail. 'Di ba?
And then ending, ayaw mo na.
Wala na. Kasi kumbaga, you already think, you're presuming so much. It's the same, like in this influencer state, right? Especially since what I say is extremely different from everybody else. I can trigger a lot of people. And because I can trigger a lot of people, sometimes I have haters, sometimes I have trolls. And the other day, someone asked me, how do you deal with the feeling of being canceled? Are you not afraid? No. Kasi I cannot think of saying my opinion, tapos iisipin ko kung anong iisipin ng ibang tao before ko pa sabihin. Pag nag-opinion siya, tsaka ako sasagot. Right? Correct. Because usually, ang ginagawa natin, this is my idea. Okay, paano ko, what does that mean? Siguro we articulate it better. Tapos pupunta ka na sa, oh my God, ano sasabihin ng ibang tao? Marami siyang layers, right? And remember, I deal with international clients. So iba-ibang kultura, iba-iba yung perception. For me, I always just think I'm ignorant. I don't know how they will react. So when they react, that's the time I will react. Kasi right now, hindi ko alam. Right? Kasi sometimes we're too smart for ourselves. Punta na tayo ng 10 steps ahead of ourselves. When right now, the only thing that matters are the first 2 or 3 steps. So yun.
Yeah, very good.
That's what you said there. And then the second thing, the one that you said about creatives and artists and how you want to perfect everything before you roll it out. I want to say something. And this, for creatives, you really need to hear this. I don't know if you believe in God. And it doesn't matter. But we as creatives, I'm creative too. Lahat ng kine-create natin, hindi yan galing lang sa atin. It's a co-creation between us and something greater than us. 'Di ba? Kaya minsan split second na dumadating siya. It's not from us. Hindi mo siya masisqueeze sa atin, okay? Now, creation is not just about the person who channeled that. It is also the people that enjoyed the creation. Mozart will not be Mozart without the people that listened to Mozart. So if you are trying to perfect that, you are trying to be God and you are trying to play into your ego. Kasi what you're creating has a life on its own. You have to allow the people, the first people to validate that, to take part of that, to form its energy. Okay? Kasi some of my programs I've run 3 years ago. And now people are so crazy about it. Pero 3 years ago, ginawa ko na siya. Pero nung time na yon, it was at its very beginning stages. It just evolved. Beyonce will not be Beyonce without the people that acknowledge Beyonce. So, do not think, don't be selfish na itong ginawa mo, kailangan perfectong-perfecto kasi kung ganun, ikaw lang mag-appreciate niyan. We create things for people to appreciate, right? So kapag pina-perfect mo in your definition of perfection, ikaw lang at the end ang mag-a-agree doon. Hindi katulad na more or less, you're 70% ready. Pag rinol out mo na yan, ang taong nag-appreciate niyan, mas na-appreciate nila kasi hindi siya 100% ikaw lang. Right? Kasi we share similarities. So for creators, for artists, we have to respect the creation itself.
That's so powerful, And that I need to remember because sobra talaga na one of the things na yan ang talaga nakakaharang ng development ng isang creative or something is yung lagi nilang iniisip yung hindi naman necessarily perfection pero ang dami nilang hinahanap. So anyway, Coach, can you tell us also about how to create momentum because that's part of our talk for an interview today. So how do we create momentum in times like this na parang everybody is also, kasi ngayon no, everybody's trying to do new business or start over. Ano ba yung mga pwede nating gawin to cut through the noise and para medyo mas mabilis lang yung pag-akyat natin dun sa mga projects or sa mga ventures.
Actually, I've answered this earlier. To create momentum is to go into what you say you want to do. So if you say you want to sell empanada, then make empanada and talk about empanada and sell empanada. Kasi ang nangyayari, when we think, oh, I want to sell empanada, titingnan ko muna, ano kaya binibenta ng ibang tao? Kaya ka nawawala sa momentum. So if you want, momentum is created the more you engage in the energy of what you say you are doing.
Minsan kasi yun yung nagiging problema natin. When we're already there, tapos napapasukan na tayo ng mga whatever things na naglalaro sa utak natin, titigil na siya eh. And then, yung sabi mo nga kanina, parang 1, 2, 3 lang ang iniisip mo na ano sasabihin ng kapitbahay mo, iniisip mo na kung ano yung dating sinabi sa'yo ng mommy mo or whatever. So, ending, nawawala na yung giddiness to start it. So with that, coach, how can you help other people pa? How do they contact you? And is there any other parang tips that you can tell us? And also, if you have some activities that you would want us to know, maybe you can share it with our audience para at least kahit paano we know what we can yung sabayan natin at saka i-look forward.
Okay, so the one tip I have for you, like as we end this, wrap it up, just go step by step. Take it one day at a time. Especially now with the pandemic, kasi hindi mo alam ano mangyayari in 3 months. In 6 months, forget about a 5-year plan right now during a pandemic. I think this is actually the perfect time to build anything kasi hindi ka na distracted into a 10-year plan kasi right now, we don't know what will happen next month. Baka nga ECQ pa tayo ulit eh. Right? We don't know, right? So just take it one step at a time. That's one tip for you to really get into that momentum. Okay, so for you, I'm very active on Instagram, Maria_K_Tan. And that's a place where I'm very, you see my latest news, you see everything that's latest about me. And I also create a lot of like very informative material. So that's for you if you want to just be engaged with me. Instagram is the right way. If you're looking to like work with me one-on-one group program, you want to have me come in to speak in your group, or you want to hire me to be a consultant for your business, please send me an email. I think it's maria@maria-tan.com. With prices kasi, I have marami akong tiers of prices. So it depends on what it is that I can offer you. And I'm sure that I can meet you where you are, because at the end of the day, this is your show, right? I want to help you as much as I can. There's many ways that I can work with you through one-on-one group coaching, evergreen products. All of them are equally valuable. And my clients have been really, really seeing massive results because we take it one step at a time and we meet the person where they are. So thank you so much. Celia, we have Celia coming back.
Yun. Thank you, Coach. Every time, it's always a pleasure having you around. Kasi for everyone who doesn't know what Business Blues and Beyond, it's a show wherein we try to gather entrepreneurs, creatives, mga digital entrepreneurs, and freelancers who would want to you support each other and get some mentorship also and some coaching from those who are already thriving and who can guide you how to thrive in this situation. Now, si Coach Maria, I just want to let you know that she's been one of our favorite guest coach in our events. And this is precisely why. You have a very, very clear strategy agad. Imagine, no, in 45 minutes, we were able to get the 30-30-40. Then, we were taught about how we should be thinking na wag tayong masyadong mag-isip of too much, overthink it, and then at the end of the day, we lost our momentum. And also to value ourselves. So, Coach Maria, super thank you. Super thank you for again
Pleasure.
helping us. And also if you want to contact her or discuss some more things with Coach Maria, it's in the ticker. You can connect with her in LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and she has regular live shows. I think kasi I'm following you most of the time when you're speaking live, no. Usually when are the days na nagla-live ka, Coach Maria? So some people will then
So
follow.
normally, like I'm more active now on Instagram, especially on the stories. Pero I'm usually live like twice, 2 or 3 times a week, but at night Manila time. So mga 9 or 10 p.m. kasi majority of my client base is US, Canada. But feel free, just send me a message. Kahit sa Facebook Messenger, I'm very, very active. I personally check my emails and my messages. If not, my team will send it to me. If you are very free to just hop on a call, get really get a, you have to be comfortable hiring who you feel comfortable to work with. That's very important. So if you want, you just want to get a feel for me, get a taste for me, feel free to just send me a friends request or just type sa messenger. I'm very responsive naman, or even on emails. Again, if not me, my team will reply.
Okay. Thank you, Coach Maria. That's our very, very insightful interview with one of my favorite coaches and mentor. One of my favorite coach and mentor. So, again, Coach Maria, and super dami na naman namin natutunan with you. And hopefully, after all this, medyo we can go back again, have coffee. Because Coach Maria, whenever I talk to her and, when I ask her something, she just gets a pen and a paper and whatever we already strategize. Ganon siya kabilis. I'm telling you, if you're a business person and you need something, even if you're not in business, if you need someone to guide you, she's the person, one of the best talaga na I can recommend because she understands tayo for the creative. She understands us. There's something about her talaga na ang bilis-bilis niya. She understands it. Parang sinasabi mo pa lang, you're just telling her one by one. Parang gumagana na, parang one, parang ano ba tawag dito? Pumapasok-pasok na. And then when she opens her mouth and explains something, you'll just be in awe. Paano mo nakuha agad yun? So
Thank
that's
you.
how I see you, Coach. Kaya talagang super thankful ako that you're here. Anyway, so Coach, thank you. I'll have to wrap it now. So bye again and thank you very much. Bye! So there, grabe no? Sino bang hindi natuto sa sa talk natin ngayon na interview with Coach Maria? Sobrang favorite ko siya. If there's anything na I can, alam mo, siguro meron lang akong mga in my hand, siguro ilan lang na favorite na coaches and she's one of them. Siguro kasi talagang very clear siya kung sino siya eh. Tama yung sinabi niya. You don't have to worry about anything kung alam mo kung anong kaya mong deliver. Mamamagnet, may mag-gravitate sa'yo the people who wants your service, who wants your product, who wants your mentorship, your coaching, like her. I just met her sa isang small event. Initially, medyo na-intimidate pa ako kasi if nag-straight English si Coach Maria, may British accent pa yan. As in, talagang iba yung way ni Coach Maria pag nakipag-usap. But then again, I asked her, sabi ko, let's make it a simple parang interview, chill lang. And because people would want to understand also, there are questions from my side that I want to ask her. And some of the communities kasi yun nga, tinatanong nila, how can they parang, make something out of itong nangyayari to sa pandemic. Kaya, thank you talaga, Coach, dahil you again gave us something, no, to think about. Ako, honestly, I'm one signature away to assessment session with Coach Maria. Hindi lang pumasok yung yung coupon ko at a certain point. Ewan ko, baka nagka-problema yung pero why I am doing that? Coach na ako. I have coaches around. Why am I doing? Because I want to connect with people who understands me. It may for some people it may be a different coach. It may be, yesterday I was talking to you about Coach Jendi. She's my life coach. Life coach ko si Coach Jendi because I think she listens, she understands what's happening with me and all. But then again, with business, Coach Maria, nako, in my talagang top of my list yan. Kaya very, very grateful ako that you were able to, listen to her then, and she was able to share with you some of her tips. Don't forget the 30-30-40. Makes sense, no? 30% money. So, at least iisipin mo yun. 30% kailangan happy. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng puro money iniisip mo. Siyempre, iniisip mo din yung happiness. If it's worth it, parang does it spark joy? But that 60%, you have to put 40%. Let's see. First time ko yung narinig kay Coach Maria, and I'm very, very happy na talagang isa siya sa mga parang guest ko for my first few episodes na nag-start ang Business Brews and Beyond. I'm trying to get the people na talagang somehow na-touch yung life nung ko sa business ko when I was starting in Brown Roots, and those who I had the chance to collaborate or medyo nag-ask ako ng consultation and advice. Kasi if ako, na-gets ko, and I was able to solve something because of them, I would want others also to have the same experience. So there, I want to thank everyone for being here again with me. And then I will share this in some of the communities. Don't worry, maririnig nyo yung mga tips ni Coach Maria. I want to thank Brown Roots for this session. Coach Jendi also is providing us help from True Life of UK. My virtual sidekick is the one who's setting up all my online shows now. So if you want an online show, turnkey solution, we can help you with my virtual sidekick. Just PM me. Commissary, the coffee that I'm taking right now, because I got this, maybe I had a bit of a health scare because of my asthma. So pinadalan ako ng ni Tita Bex ng Commissary. So thank you, Commissary. Coffeenium. And Commissary for the food delivery that we had yesterday and today. So thank you for everything sa mga small business. Don't forget, focus on what you're good at. Huwag kayong matakot. Huwag niyong isipin yung 10 steps, 10 years, or even 5 years. We are not promised of tomorrow. Like what I said in my talk, tiptoe if you must, but take that step. Kasi if you're always thinking na baka they will say no, the answer will always be no. But take that step, and there's a possibility that the answer would be yes. So with that, thank you again for another episode, for joining me in another episode of Business Brews and Beyond with one of my favorite coaches, Coach Maria. And I hope you learned a lot from her. And I'm hopeful that in the following episodes, you'll follow us again. And please follow her still in the ticker. Please follow her Facebook, Instagram, and listen to her as she tells us, little by little, how we can survive or pivot again from this very challenging times. So with that, thank you again, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.